Okay, let's talk now about how we can use Objection to patch an IPA file. On the right here, you'll see that I'm using an iPhone. It is already previously jailbroken, but it's not necessarily what you need to do to set up Objection properly. So the first thing we need to do is install Objection if you have not done this. First, we're going to do a pip3, and then we're going to do install and then frida-tools, and this will install all the Frida tools for us. And if you do not have pip, obviously you're going to need to install Python before this. I do already have Frida tools installed, so it will say that all the requirements are already satisfied. And now we're going to do pip3 install objection. And again, I already have Objection installed. And unfortunately for this video, I will not be able to show you Objection completely patching the IPA. I'm having some errors with my Objection installation. I think it's because I have some old versions of the libraries that are utilized by Objection, so it's having a difficult time creating the new IPA file. Unfortunately, I was not able to iron out all those kinks, but I can still show you the exact commands to use to utilize Objection. So now that we have Objection and Frida installed, we can just test Objection by doing Objection into the terminal. And again, the syntax for this is going to be very similar to that of which we used for Android. So for example, if I was going to be patching an IPA that I already had downloaded, I'm going to do a quick cd here to my documents and go to my AnyTrans library here, and then the apps folder, and this is where the IPA is actually stored. You can see the sunbeltrentals.ipa that we were already interacting with before. Now if we wanted to use this with Objection, we're going to do the command objection patch IPA this time. Patch IPA, just like this. So again, Objection, if we're doing an APK, we would do objection patch APK. In this case, we are patching an IPA. Then we would do tac source, and then we would do the name of our IPA. So in this case, it would be sunbeltrentals.ipa. Now by doing this, we're actually still missing one component of this command, and this is going to be attack C. And this is going to be your code signed signature that you're going to actually get out of Xcode with your developer profile. Now in my case, I already have a developer profile, provisioning profile already up and ready, but let me take a moment and actually show you how you would get one from scratch if you were doing this for the very first time. So I'm going to open Xcode now, and I'm just going to go to Xcode here. I already have this application built. I did this by create a new Xcode project and just did a generic like Hello World application. In this case, the name of the application is Hello World 69. Here we go. Okay, so it's loading up the Hello World application. And at this point, you need to actually plug your iPhone into your Mac device, and then we are going to actually install the application. So you can see here on the iPhone, I already have this application installed, but I'm going to just delete this for right now. Okay, and all you need to do is go up here to the top left corner and select where you're going to be installing this to. Now we could install our application to any of the simulators like that, but to get an actual provisioning profile, this is not going to work. And this is the reason that we need an actual physical device. You need to physically plug in your device to the MacBook, and then you're going to select that device up here to install your application on. Don't worry about these runtime errors on the left that I have a ton of. This is only because I'm using an older iPhone and I'm getting a bunch of errors in terms of what type of iOS is supported for my device. If you do have issues with that, you can actually change what version of the iOS is being targeted here in your application. This is under the General tab here. And you can change this target to like iOS 13.6, all depending on what version of Xcode you have installed. Now notice this does not go all the way up to like 14.7 for me. This is because I'm using an older version of Xcode. But on newer versions of Xcode, this has support for tons of more types of iOS devices. In this case, my device I'm using in this example is 12.4. So now all you have to do is click the run here, and this will actually start installing the application onto the phone. We should see it pop up here in just a second on the phone. You can see up here in Xcode it says installing to Aaron's iPhone. And it says unlock the phone to continue. So I'm going to do that. And now we can see that the Hello World application is installed. And now it's going to say the untrusted developer, your device management settings do not allow apps from developer. And that's my Apple development ID. So I can actually just go to cancel. And if your development ID is not trusted, you're just going to go to settings here. You're going to go to general, go down to profiles and device management. And I'm going to accept my Apple development certification here. I'm going to click Trust, Apple Development, Trust, and this is going to actually allow the app to run. Now if I go over to the app, it will just open up and it should say Hello World. Might get some weird errors here, but as long as the application is installed, you should be good to go. So now we should be able to actually find our code sign signature. And how we're going to do this is we're going to go back to our terminal, and we're going to run the command security find-identity. And this is telling me all of the provisioning profiles I have available for my MacBook. Okay, so the one that we used here was this one. And the interesting thing about these development profiles is they actually expire after 7 days when you're using a free developer license. So by the time this goes out to the internet and everything for this course, these are going to actually be expired for me. So now I'm going to just copy this string out of here. You might only see like 1 or 2 of these out there, depending on how many development licenses you actually have installed. If you're doing this for the first time, you're only going to have 1. I'm just going to clear this out. And again, now we're going to try to patch our application. Again, in this case, the application of interest that we're trying to break SSL pinning on would be this sunbeltrentals.ipa. So now I'm going to do objection and then patch IPA. Okay, and then source, dash source. The name of the target IPA, in this case sunbeltrentals.ipa. I do a -C to show my code sign signature, and now I'm just going to paste that string that I just got out of the security identities there for my provisioning profile. And here it's going to start running objection. It's going to try to patch the IPA. In my case, I am going to have an error because I have some weird dependency issues right now with objection that I was not able to resolve. But you can see that it found a valid provisioning profile, so now it's going to actually be trying to change the application source code to allow objection and Frida to work. Again, I'm going to get an error here, but if everything works successfully for you, then you should now have a new IPA that's going to be like, in our case, sunbeltrentals.objection.ipa, and it will rebuild the whole entire application for you. Then you can actually take that application, put it onto your iPhone, run the command objection explore, and actually explore all of the application components, and you'll be able to break SSL pinning just like what I demonstrated with the Android pen testing video as well. So here I'm going to run into some errors, I believe. Yep, it's not going to be able to build this, but if you installed objection successfully and you're not having the same dependency issues I'm having, everything should be good for you, and you should have a new application called like sunbeltrentals.objection.ipa, and then you can go ahead and install that onto your phone, and then you can use the command objection explore just like this, and that will hook into the application, and then you'll be able to do things like breaking SSL pinning using the same commands I demonstrated in the Android objection section.